Hi everyone, my name is Parastoo Massoumi, and I serve as a mental health expert for the Steve Fund. The Steve Fund supports the mental health and well-being of all young people, particularly those from underserved and under-resourced backgrounds. I'm also a current PhD student in education at Harvard University, and I share that because the topic that we're talking about today, imposter phenomenon, is something that I struggle with deeply. And the strategies that I'll discuss are ones that I too have to practice daily in order to fight my feelings of being an imposter. So what is imposter phenomenon? Imposter phenomenon, also known as imposter syndrome, refers to that internal experience of doubting your capabilities. It's that feeling of being a fraud or an imposter in a particular area of your life, despite the fact that you've achieved success in that area. It sometimes manifests through questions like, why is everybody smarter or more accomplished than me? Do I even belong here? What if people find out that I'm not as competent as they think that I am? Or why am I here when there is somebody from my background or community that would benefit more from being here, or that may be more deserving or are more worthy of being here than I am? There's a lot of reasons why imposter phenomenon shows up and why we call it a phenomenon as opposed to a syndrome in general. A syndrome kind of denotes like it's a disease or that there's something wrong with you. A phenomenon is pointing to all the things that are happening in our environment and in our society that leads us to internalize those feelings of being an imposter, a fraud, not good enough, doubting our capabilities, etc. So one of the reasons why imposter phenomenon shows up is that we are navigating multiple systemic forms of oppression. And these systems actually shape our institutions and the various spaces that we're in, like colleges and universities. Our colleges and universities also happen to often not have representation or role models from our backgrounds or people that can understand who we are or come from our cultures. Our colleges and universities are also really competitive, which can make us feel like an imposter. Some of us also grew up in very critical environments, whether that criticism came from your family, your friends, your school, your culture, your community. And no surprise, imposter phenomenon impacts those who have high achieving work ethic, which is all of you. Other factors that can lead to us feeling like we're an imposter and also feelings of depression and anxiety are things like the pressure to succeed or meet expectations in college, the pressure to be perfect, our lack of belonging, especially being in a very unfamiliar and new environment, and also our separation from our families and support systems back home. With imposter phenomenon, a typical cycle can look like maybe being presented with a new project or task, experiencing a feeling of anxiety, procrastination, or even over preparing for that. 3, completing the project and feeling like a brief sense of relief and even a sense of accomplishment. 4, rationalizing that success in negative ways like, oh man, I got lucky, or, I trick people into thinking that I can do this, like fake it till you make it. 5, there then has an increase in self-doubt, anxiety, and feeling like a fraud. So it's this cycle that kind of keeps going and feeding into each other. In the next video, I'm going to be discussing the different archetypes or profiles or subtypes of being an imposter. And so that you can identify the common characteristics or signs when that type of imposter shows up for you. And don't worry, we're going to get through this together.